Welcome to Cabral HouseCall. I'm Steve Cabral, board-certified naturopathic doctor, and on today's show, we're going to be taking your questions after just having gone through my weekly best of the best. So in the last show, I gave you a top book, kind of a bug killer, a big book on nutritional healing. I also recommended our favorite iron-based supplement, so a natural form of iron that can be used really by anyone who is anemic, but also women who are pregnant, who are in their last trimester, or even post-pregnancy as well. And then I also gave you the personal yoga mat that I'm using right now and have been using for about a year. It's one that combines the best of a regular yoga mat with a towel all-in-one. Really nice one for those people who practice yoga currently or are thinking about getting into it. So definitely check out that episode. Now let's get into your questions. So first question today is from Fabian. Fabian is asking, how can you prevent eating too many cheat foods or meals on the weekends? So good question, and I think this is a lot of the time where the majority of people have their cheat foods or cheat meals. One of the reasons is there's more time to relax with family and friends if you are not working on the weekend, and also part of it is as well that you now have just stopped your go Monday through Friday lifestyle and actually can focus and think about even other things. And that's what I found. One of the reasons why we did that great interview with our nutritionist, Julia Hayes, just a couple weeks back. That was episode 68. If you haven't checked that out or looked into that episode, I certainly would do that. It was a great one. We went into so many questions. But really what we spoke about is how getting your body to the place that it needs to be really is won at dinner time and after. It is the time when we finally get to sit down. And at that time, we sit on the couch and we're thinking about, oh, I wish I had this food. You start to eat some chocolate or whatever it might be. And that's when the results start to go downhill. But we do that because we finally get a chance to rest. That same thing happens on the weekend as well. So what I'm saying is that we shouldn't eliminate our time to rest, but we have to make sure that our mind can also be focused on other things. So on the weekend, I like people to still stay active, not necessarily just sit around the house all day, but maybe go out for a bike ride, go out for a walk, plan different things in your area, go to a museum. Keep yourself occupied so that you're not just sitting around and thinking about eating. I think that's a really important one because we found that it's either you're going out to dinner with family, friends, work, whatever it might be during the week, or just the weekends that are throwing people off. People can be pretty good a lot of the time until that dinner time hour. So you need to take back your weekends, and I believe it's by replacing that specific time sitting around on the couch to use that time for better use, such as maybe reading or filling your mind with other positive things. The other part to that I would say is just like during the week, you're going to want to plan out your meals a little bit better for the weekend as well. So I find that the people who leave everything to chance, like where they're going to end up for lunch or where they're going to end up for dinner, are the people who are most likely to cheat. But even if you're on vacation, and you look up places in your area that specialize in whether it's gluten-free or organic food, you're putting some thought into the foods that you're going to be eating next. And that's a really nice thing. That means you're taking better control of your health, of your body, and all the things that you put into it. So what I would say is don't treat the weekends necessarily any way different than Monday through Friday, except for the fact that you're going to be able to relax more with family and friends, which is a great thing. But don't take the time off from putting good food into your body and also thinking about your own health and well-being at the same time. When you do that, I think you'll have your recipe for staying in shape through the whole weekend. All right. So the next question is from Anissa S. And Anissa is asking, how can I get my kids more involved in fitness? So this is a great question. Definitely one that I'm passionate about, getting kids to be more active. So when I was younger, I certainly remember every day after school going to the park and playing for hours and then coming home. Sure, we played video games, no doubt about that, but we did love just being outside and moving more. But of course, we didn't have phones. And so when you don't have your cell phone on you the whole time, you can't be easily distracted. So you have to find ways to entertain yourself. Now kids are able to entertain themselves 24 hours a day, literally, if they wanted to, just with their phone or iPad or whatever it might be. So what I would say is this. To get kids interested in fitness in general, obviously, if you can find a sport that they love doing, is get them involved in that sport. But the other thing is, be a role model for your kids as well. If they see you exercising, they're probably going to want to model that. And so what I would say is you can really get the whole family involved in fitness all together, meaning like everyone could go for a bike ride if you wanted to. Everyone could go out for a hike. You could do rock climbing at a local gym. You could even go to a gym all as one family. There's gyms that allow smaller children in there as well, special sections. And you could even set up your own little home gym at home, meaning like in your basement or just even a smaller room, you could put in just some equipment that allowed you to do bands and bodyweight-based exercises with the kids. You could do yoga. So my recommendation is this, is just make it a topic of discussion. Maybe find some sports they enjoy doing or get them into martial arts, which is something that I love myself as well, that builds confidence and all that sorts of great things that will be with them for life. But then also get together as a family. The whole family needs exercise, so why not try to make that something that everyone can do after school or on the weekends? Definitely try that out and let us know how it goes. All right, Curt is up next. Curt's asking, what's your opinion on drinking coffee? So this is a pretty hot topic. I mean, people love to debate it back and forth that coffee is so great for you because it has these antioxidants. Yes, it does have antioxidants, and there are a lot of benefits to drinking coffee for some people. That's the thing. But then for other people, it can be quite detrimental, meaning that coffee can also increase cortisol or norepinephrine in the first place, leading to greater production of what's called glucocorticoids, which then increases cortisol. What does that mean? All it means is that elicits a fight or flight based response. So it's basically like you're revving up your engine on the inside, even though you're not going for a run or something like that. That can lead to, though, anxiety for some people, panic attacks, insomnia. So you have to see how coffee affects you. My recommendation is always this. I would prefer people to not have more than a small cup. By small cup, I mean 6 to 8 ounces of coffee after breakfast in the morning. Why do I not recommend it before? Well, before, it can lead to more of that anxiety, jitters, and really a big push on the sympathetic nervous system first thing in the morning to start your day, which will lead to a crash most likely later in the day. So if you can have it after breakfast, it blunts that cortisol effect slightly because of the absorption, but also because that energy can be used actually for digestion, and a hot coffee, especially black coffee with nothing in it, just black, will improve digestion. So a small cup after breakfast or a small cup after lunch, if you have a larger meal, could be beneficial in terms of digestion, and that's how I prefer to recommend people use it, as a supplement rather than, as a just drinking it by itself, essentially. But for most people, the benefit would come and stop with just one small cup in the morning. And also, what I would say is another caveat is that if you're using it for energy, do not use it for energy. It's kind of like running. You only want to run when you already get your body in shape. And that means, I've given this talk before, but if you're not in shape, running is going to actually really hurt your joints and break your body down. There are a lot better things to do first. Now, if you're drinking coffee for energy, well, there's a whole lot of things you need to do before you use coffee for energy. That's because coffee is only going to drain you of more energy in the long run. So in order to drink coffee, I would say get yourself already in good shape, and then you can use coffee because you very much enjoy it. And I know how many people do love coffee, and so I wouldn't say, no, you can't do it at all. I would say is just look at the quantity that you're having and then try to drink it black. Try to enjoy the taste of the coffee for itself and just try to have that one small cup in the morning after breakfast. If you have to have 2, then it would be a small cup after lunch. And again, that would help with digestion and not just to stimulate the nervous system. Again, I'm very cautious about stimulating that nervous system, having suffered from massive chronic fatigue, Epstein-Barr virus, and all sorts of issues myself in the past, and working with so many people to this day with those issues. Coffee would not be the solution to that. So hopefully that answers your question, Curt, and thank you everyone for tuning into another Cabral House Call. Before you go, I wanted to make you aware that as a loyal listener to the Cabral concept, I want to make sure I'm always providing with great real-world usable content and rewarding you with listener-only specials. So for the month of April, my goal is to help you involve more of your family and friends and even coworkers in their quest to lose weight and get well. And I believe there is no better way to do that than through the Dr. Cabral Detox. You'll lose 5 to 10 pounds in your first 7 days and improve your overall well-being, guaranteed. So this month, I'm going to take $20 off the 14 or 21-day Dr. Cabral Detox so that you can share the 14-day with one friend or family member and the 21-day with 2 friends or family members. It's more motivating to do the detox with someone else, and I know you'll both be happy you did. Come join our Dr. Cabral Detox community and change your body, change your life. To take your $20 off, just enter the promo code APRIL20, all lowercase, at checkout.